How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit that bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. Also, please head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week, whether it's Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny, or anything else you guys suggest for me to stream over there at Twitch at Douglas447. And as always, we're going to be talking about positives and negatives. I will be talking about spoilers and just giving you guys my final review and thoughts on the movie Godzilla vs. Kong here from 2021. The movie's about an hour and 53 minutes. And so I don't have this video divided up like I normally do for positives and negatives. I've just got everything laid out because I was taking down notes while I was watching the movie. And so we're just going to talk about it. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to agree or disagree with me in the comments section down below. So first of all, when this movie was announced about a year or so ago, I predicted that Godzilla and Kong were going to end up fighting each other for a little bit. And then eventually they were going to team up to fight a bigger threat. And guess what? I was right. So Godzilla and Kong, they do end up fighting in this movie quite a bit, which is good, because that's the title of the movie. But eventually they do end up putting their rivalry aside and they team up to fight Mechagodzilla, and it was epic. The fight scenes in this movie were epic. I really enjoyed them. So, of course, like I said, we're talking about spoilers. I was happy that Godzilla won against Kong. To me, it just made logical sense. I mean, when the trailer got announced, I was like, monkey with a battle axe versus a lizard with atomic breath. Who's going to win? And guess what? I was right. Godzilla. Which made sense. Now, I thought it was pretty cool that Kong ended up defeating Mechagodzilla. That was really cool. Godzilla helps, but Godzilla is basically overpowered and he's almost killed by Mechagodzilla. Yet Kong comes in at the last second and saves Godzilla from being killed. And so to me that was kind of cool, but at the same time, when I look back on the movie, now that I've seen it twice before doing this review, I look back and I'm like, if Godzilla can beat Kong, how is it that Kong can beat Mechagodzilla, but Godzilla can't beat Mechagodzilla? Let me say that again. That's a lot of Godzilla in one sentence. If Godzilla can beat Kong, and Kong can beat Mechagodzilla, but Mechagodzilla can beat Godzilla, why can't Godzilla beat Mechagodzilla? It is a loop, which is dumb. If Godzilla can beat Kong, Godzilla should have the power to beat Mechagodzilla. Instead, it doesn't work that way, which is really confusing. So the power level of all these titans is really out of whack, in my opinion. Fantastic CGI, fantastic action. The soundtrack is perfect. You can see this in theaters, and it is on HBO Max up until, I believe, April 30th. So if you have HBO Max, make sure you watch it before they get rid of it for whatever stupid reason they decide to do that. That's one thing I love about Disney Plus. Anything that's on there doesn't get deleted unless it's against their racial profiling problem. I'm planning on getting it on Blu-ray and rewatching it multiple times, and this, honestly, to me, is the best MonsterVerse film that we've gotten out of the current four. This is definitely better than Godzilla from 2014, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. This is definitely the best one out of all of them. There are some complaints I'm going to talk about, though, in this review, so do bear with me. I've got a lot of notes, so sorry if I'm just reading like it feels like I'm reading a script and not looking at the camera, but I've got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. First of all, this is my own personal suggestion. Go into watching this movie, whether it's at the theater or on HBO Max, go in with low expectations. Expect that this is a generic monster movie, and I think you'll be blown away. If you go and watch this movie and you decide, oh, I'm going to nitpick this movie to death, I don't think you'll like this movie. You need to go into this movie realizing this is literally a Godzilla vs. Kong movie with some human elements in it and Mechagodzilla showing up at the end. If you can go into this movie with those expectations, I think you're going to have a much more enjoyable time watching the film. If you're watching this movie trying to nitpick it for every negative possible thing you can do, you could, but you're not going to have fun. This is honestly the best sci-fi and action movie of 2021 that I've seen so far. The movie has a lot of great pacing. I also love the fact that this movie focuses a lot on Godzilla and Kong fighting. It focuses on the ancient rivalry. It doesn't focus so much on the humans. Now, the humans that are in this movie, they're extremely one note. They're not complex. Even the characters that we get from past movies, especially Godzilla, King of the Monsters, uh, they're in the movie, but the movie doesn't focus on them as much as past MonsterVerse movies, which I'm happy about. This movie realizes this is a Titan movie. This is a Godzilla vs. Kong movie, and they focus on those two characters the most. They focus a lot more on Kong over Godzilla, which is kind of weird. So this movie kind of feels like a Kong Skull Island Part 2 kind of adventure. But, they had to have Godzilla vs. Kong as the title because they do end up fighting each other, which I understand. The monsters also feel important. They also feel like characters in this movie. There's no drama in this movie. It's just pure action and dialogue to make the action have backstory and it's understandable. So the humans do a lot of dialogue explaining why the Titans are fighting each other. But it's not to the point where it gets over the top annoying. It just makes sense. You believe why they're doing it, and the reasoning is just there so you can understand, hey, this is why these Titans are fighting. There are some emotions, which I'll get into in just a second. Gorgeous and powerful visuals, great acting. There's a lot of intense and realistic action scenes in here. This is a very intense movie. You're going to be engaged throughout the entire film. There isn't a single moment where you feel like, oh, okay, this is a good time to take a bathroom break. No, you're just engaged from point A to point B. If you walk away any point during this movie, you're going to miss something that is crucial to the plot of what's coming next. Like I said, there's a lot of great emotion. You actually feel a lot of empathy for Kong in this movie. There's also a lot of great comedy moments. Both Kong and Godzilla in this movie get their butts kicked. They literally get their asses handed to them, which I thought was pretty funny, and I was happy to see. Some of the opening scenes, the whole setup phase, I thought was kind of weird. Like the fact that Monarch has built an installation on Skull Island. It just happens out of nowhere. There's no explanation. We never get to understand why and how. And like how and why they have captured Kong besides, oh, we need to protect him from Godzilla. I'm pretty sure if Godzilla wanted to, he could have come to Skull Island and, had a throwdown with Kong. The whole, hey, Kong is on Skull Island, so Godzilla can't reach him. That whole thing makes no logical sense. And the fact that they have him in a dome is really, really bonkers. Next, you can be overwhelmed by what is going on, and you could feel like some important details can be kind of rushed. We also, in this movie, get to venture and explore the Hollow Earth. Finally, something I've wanted to see for a very, very, very long time. Yet there are elements that are very similar to the movie Journey to the Center of the Earth. Basically, what ends up happening in the first part of this movie is just that. It's Journey to the Center of the Earth. It's trying to reach the Hollow Earth. Now, that might be boring to some people, but I thought it was really cool. The Hollow Earth, even for me, eventually it got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm watching a very, very long side quest for Kong to go get a weapon in order to fight Godzilla. And it kind of felt a lot like Thor trying to get his axe so he could fight Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. So, do keep that in mind. The first half of the movie is very side quest filled and doesn't get good until like the second half. We do get to see scroll crawlers from Kong Skull Island. They are in this movie, which is pretty cool. We also get to finally see what Mechagodzilla has for a operating system. So because basically of all these evil humans that want to protect the world and kill Godzilla because of whatever, the evil organization Apex ends up using a human brain and a leftover part of King Ghidorah, which is one of the post-credit scenes from Godzilla King of the Monsters. They use King Ghidorah's brain and a human brain in order to pilot and control Mechagodzilla. Of course, because of human stupidity and error, the human pilot ends up being killed, and King Ghidorah's mind ends up taking over the command controls of Mechagodzilla. So technically, it's King Ghidorah fighting Godzilla in a mechanized body, which I thought was kind of weird and bonkers. It's not the true Mechagodzilla that we are used to, at least for me. And still, the fight scene was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So it made sense that Mechagodzilla was trying to kill Godzilla because it was basically King Ghidorah, but, you know, reborn, sort of. There is no post-credit scene in this movie, so you don't have to watch the last 6 minutes of the film if you don't want to. Also, because of that, we're not sure if we're getting any more MonsterVerse movies. There's been rumors that we're going to get more. And then there's been people saying we're not going to get any more. This is the epic finale. There's no more. And I'd be fine with that. This is a good conclusion. It's a good epic finale. If they don't decide to do any more MonsterVerse movies, I think they could. There's a lot more Kong and Godzilla villains that they could make, like Mecha King Ghidorah, who you could actually get a proper Mecha Godzilla, Gigan, Destroya, Biollante. There's a bunch of other monsters and whatnot that we could fight. We haven't seen Kong versus a T-Rex or a Spinosaurus yet. Just saying. Monster movie ideas. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give Godzilla vs. Kong an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good movie. There were some problems I did have with it, and but I really did have a blast watching it. It's one of the best movies of 2021, and yeah, thanks for watching and hanging out with me, guys, in this video. You guys all have a good one. Let me know, did you guys like the movie or hate it? And see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.